Well, hello, my beautiful Aries. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-December 2023 right through to mid-January 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Aries, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who's coming in your way. But I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading, and they're showing me an image that I'm not really sure how it's relevant to your reading because this is a singles love reading, but they're showing me the image of Snoopy. You know that little animated dog? Snoopy, little black and white beagle, I think it is. So either that's going to resonate with this new person. Perhaps if you like tattoos, maybe they've got a tattoo of Snoopy, or perhaps you're going to see an image of Snoopy just before you meet this new person. I'm not really sure how it resonates, so I'm just going to have to leave that image there because it's so odd to just pop in there, okay? But yeah, pay close attention to the signs and symbols. In this moment, they mean absolutely nothing. But then suddenly, everything starts to make sense, okay? So, I mean, it could even be that you are going on a date with someone new, and as you walk down a sidewalk, you see someone with a tattoo that has Snoopy on it, and you're like, wow, that could be my sign that this person that I'm about to meet on this date is my soulmate. So pay close attention to those signs and symbols, okay? So what do I see here? They want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Now, you've got the Tower energy. You've also got the Park and the Letter. So this tells me that some of you you are thinking about restructuring your world in some way. I feel this energy of isolation. Some of you have been stuck in a rut recently. You may have even felt like you're repeating a repetitive cycle in your life in some way, that you just wake up in the morning, you do your projects, you have a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders, and there's some restrictions there as well. And you may feel it's hard to get out of that repetitive cycle. But with that Tower energy, it's in the right position for you to liberate yourself and take a leap of faith out of that stagnant situation and put yourself out there to meet someone new, especially since we've got the Park there. Although it's in the resistance position, some of you may not have been invited to anything recently, or you haven't been as sociable as usual, but I definitely see that that is all about to change for you. And of course, your outcome energy, we've got the Letter and we've got the flowers, the bouquet, which means there is some romantic communication coming through. So if some of you are online dating, for example, or you are connecting to people online in forums, there could be definitely a situation that turns romantic in that arena. And for some of you, if you are going to an event, because you do have the invitation card present in your reading, so if you haven't been invited to something right now, in the next 6 weeks there's something coming on in that you will be invited to. This could be like a party, it could be an event, it could be a reunion, it could be that you are deciding to pick up a hobby or a new skill and you'll be invited to something after that, or maybe even a work do if you're in a career environment, or perhaps something in the community that may pique your attention that you will be invited to, okay? Now, we do have the Star energy at the end of your chart, which is to allow yourself to be seen. Some of you are healing from a toxic situation, or you are feeling really stuck, and you're identifying where you feel stuck in your world right now. Now, that stuckness, shall we say, it can be anything from feeling that you've been out of the dating scene for a while and it's really nerve-wracking to get back in there and find somebody, and it's really difficult to connect to new people. For some of you, it could be that you've been a little bit shy, or that you are anxious. And some of you may even have had addictions in the past and you're healing from those things, or you've been connected to people who have been toxic for you, or there's been some sort of codependency or addictions that have played out there, and you're healing from those experiences so that you can leave it in the past and move forward with your life towards a healthy relationship that will blossom into something really special and brings respect, okay? Now, that Tower energy, this is your protagonist energy. So some of you are feeling a little bit like a homebody. You may have been spending more time in the home space than you have been going out there and being sociable, or even looking for love. This can indicate that some of you have got a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders and you've just been doing you. It's like you've been staying in your lane, keeping your nose to the grindstone, focusing on your projects and really trying to create stability. And sometimes when we build a life of comfort, we can get into a repetitive cycle of like going home, sitting on the couch, watching TV. And whilst those things are wonderful because it gives us a chance to recharge our batteries, some of you, and I've done it myself before, you get into a cycle and it's like you start to become complacent. Like it's just the norm. You just fall into a cycle of repeat, and then suddenly a year has passed, 2 years have passed, and you may be like, you know what? I'm getting a bit bored of this cycle. I want to break out. I want to be free, and I want to liberate myself and find someone new. Some of you have actually been like staying in like a homebody state, a hermit state, in order to save for a holiday or a vacation, because the World card is really about completing a goal or a cycle, learning lessons. And I definitely see that you may have had some experiences in the past where either you separated from someone in the past, could have been divorced there, high level commitment. There's definitely some sort of separation energy coming out in this particular reading, and you're just doing you at this time in order to find which way is up in the world and really create a solid foundation. But the Tower energy indicates that now you're feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit isolated. And some of you beautiful Aries out there, not all of you, some of you have been feeling a little bit lonely. You know, I feel like you're very independent. You're very, you've been building confidence and you've been self-assured. Okay, but it's taken a long time to get to that position is what I'm being given here. And I feel like you don't need anybody. However, I feel it's time for you to open yourself up to a relationship, because that's the energy that's coming through. I'm not telling you it's time. I'm picking up this energy that, you know, it's time. And this is coming from the energy and the cards, especially since you have that card at the end there. There's like a clock that's like, you may feel time is a factor. You've waited a long time for love. And I feel now you're ready to match your soul song with another person or share your life with another person, because I feel like you've been creating space, a healthy environment in order to welcome love in. Okay. Now it's really quite, remarkable that you got these two cards, because this is a card of isolation or feeling, detached, keeping love at arm's length. And this is a card of integration, getting out there, connecting to people, seeing what the world has to offer. So some of you may have fluctuated between moments of thinking, you know what? I want to see who's out there. I want to put myself on a dating app, or I want to go to that event. I want to go and see new people, new experiences. And you may have put yourself out there and recognize that actually there's no one there with that spark, that something. You may have felt like the dating scene or apps are oversaturated, and you're like, you know what? It's just disappointing. You're so fed up with it. And it's like, you know what? I'm just not even going to try anymore, because the cause and effect card is in the resistance position. So again, it's like this swinging kind of scales, where one minute you're kind of interested and focused on love, and the next minute you're like so over it and like just focusing on your own projects. So I definitely get a sense here of fluctuation. However, I feel like there's someone new coming in here, or there's some sort of communication with somebody new that's going to turn romantic for you. And this person, they could have very strong Libra in their chart, Aquarius, and we got a little bit of Capricorn going on there as well. We've also got some Scorpio, Aries, Taurus coming through. And this person, I feel like it's a new person, someone you do not know yet. And for those of you who are currently talking to someone new, you can count that person as new energy, because I feel like it's going to blossom into something really wonderful. And this person's a very good communicator, and they're really honest and open, and it's going to turn into something very passionate, intense, and I even see like long term, but there is some I don't want to say it's a pause because it doesn't feel like a pause. So let me just pull a card on it. This is only if you're talking to someone new. I'm just pulling a card to see how it's going to go with this person. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? High Priestess. Yeah, there's a psychic bond, but there's this like energy of caution, okay? Because the High Priestess is like cautious, is like slow to get involved in a relationship, and we got the 10 of Cups there. So I feel like you're listening to your heart, you're listening to your intuition, your hunches are telling you that this is the one. However, I feel like it's going to be a slow process, and I feel sometimes we can wonder whether a slow process means a relationship's not really going to fully develop, but that's not true at all. I feel like this person that you're connected to at the moment, they really respect the sanctity of love, and I feel like they don't want to rush into anything. So there's just going to be like a overthinking, analyzing kind of moment where you're like, is this going any further than it is right now? But it will develop to the next stage as you move through 2024, okay? And if you're not talking to anybody right now, I definitely see that you will be very, very soon, okay? And I feel like you're about to sort of have a major breakthrough when it comes to love, because this reading, of course, is about singles love, and the World card is about having a goal and reaching it. So I definitely see that you're going to be very successful. But right now, I feel like you've been creating balance, harmony in your life and eradicating drama, or really sort of cultivating your landscape in a way where you're cutting out anything that is toxic or not good for you long term. You're closing the chapter to the past, and I feel like you're embracing a new future. Now, because we have the Garden and the Justice card in the reverse position, this tells me that some of you, you may not be getting out there as much as usual. You may not have been very social, but I feel there's an energy of unfairness coming through here. So some of you may have waited a long time for love, and you're like, when is it my turn? When is it my time? Well, I definitely see that the energy is shifting for you, but a lot of you have been learning the lesson of finding happiness from within. Because if you are not happy in your own skin, or you're not happy day to day with how things are for you right now, then you certainly will not be happy in a relationship with somebody else, because a relationship with someone else, of course, is an extension of the happiness that you've already built as a solid foundation for yourself first. And that's why we go through a period of personal development and growth. And I certainly see that that's something that you have been going through, and you've learned the lessons. I definitely see that you're entering a new arena and a new era when it comes to love. And I feel, you know, there is a potential here for an invitation to come through. And I feel because we're in like the month of December, and this is a time where people start to let their hair down, we're coming to the end of the year, there's a lot more sparkly events to go to that people want to embrace. I definitely see that collectively each sign has pretty much got this card, and it's about going to an event. But also for you, my beautiful Aries, you may be connected to like a Sagittarian energy, or a Scorpio, and maybe even a Taurus, because I feel in those readings there were events coming in that you may have felt you didn't really want to go to at first, but suddenly you change your mind, because this is a fluctuating energy. It's like, nope, not going to go, and then suddenly anything that's in the reverse, because you got it in the reverse position, it goes into the upright, okay, by the end of the energy, which means suddenly you find a solution to a situation and you go to an event. So, for example, and this is coming through, and this may not resonate with everyone, there may be a double booking. Okay, you may have decided to go to one event, and you know, something new comes in, and you may feel a little bit more of a yearning to go to the new event. However, you have booked something else, so you may think, you know what, well, I've booked something else, so I can't do that new thing, so I'm just going to leave that over there. You may find that the event that you've booked either reschedules or cancels, and suddenly you go to the new event, because the universe is making sure that you can go to the event where you're about to meet somebody new. Okay, so watch out for that. There may be some cancellations or delays, or someone, if you, for example, are meant to meet a friend on a particular date, they may actually cancel you, and whilst you'll be a little bit like miffed, or a little bit like, oh, let down, that sort of feeling where you're like, oh, really, last minute you're going to do that? Or I get a sense here that you find something new to go to, and it was all on purpose. It was all orchestrated to get you to meet this new person, okay? Now, also, I'm going to pull a card on this because I actually feel this energy of one of your friends feels like they've got someone in mind that you'd be perfect for. Okay, it's almost like not a setup. I don't feel like you're being set up, but I feel there's someone that they think would be perfect for you. So let me see if that's going to happen this month. The World card. I mean, I'm shuffling this deck and you're getting the exact cards that you've got on the board right now. Ace of Wands. Yeah, someone new. So this could be like a friend of your friend. They feel like you would be like a perfect match. Maybe even this person has seen you already, either on social media or your friend has shown them a picture of you. I definitely get a sense here that this person is attracted to you. Okay, and can you see... Can we see a little bit more for my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know about this situation? High Priestess. Yeah, this person hasn't talked to you just yet. They find you very attractive. They've seen you. They've seen you. Whoever this person is, they've seen a picture of you or they know of you in some way. And I feel like this person, they feel called to connect to you in some way. And I feel like your friend will actually tell you about this person. Okay, as you can see there, male or female, not a gender specific reading. It indicates someone is highly attracted to you. You've got the Queen of Wands there. They're going to be paying a lot of attention to you. So if your friend suddenly says, hey, do you want to go to this event? Or they actually hold an event. It could be a reunion. It could be, you know, just a night out somewhere or even a day event or even some travel. I feel like your friend has someone in mind that will be perfect for you and they are going to try and set you up with this person. Now, let me see how you're going to feel about this person, my beautiful Aries. Thank you so much. The Chariot card. Okay. They're not what you're looking for. Okay. I feel like, you know, whilst you would find them very interesting and of course, the Chariot card tells me that you'll have an option. You will have to choose. I feel like the universe has got other ideas. They're trying to set you up with someone else, someone new. So there is a friend who's going to try and orchestrate a meeting between you and someone new. However, you're going to actually meet someone new on your own terms. And the universe is there making sure that you meet this new person no matter what. Okay. So what I see there is this new person that's coming into your life is going to be a complete surprise. And I feel like you will not be disappointed with the person that the universe has chosen for you. Okay. Now, the outcome energy, we have the letter and we have the flowers. So, of course, the letter indicates communication, that you will strike up a conversation with someone new. And what else am I getting from this energy? Lots of messaging, lots of expression. This new person is very expressive. They're actually quite poetical. So this person, okay, this is coming through, so it may resonate with someone out there. When you meet this new person, not the one that your friend is going to introduce you to, this new person, they're going to write like a little like poem. I mean, it looks like it's only like 4 lines, like a little stanza. And I mean, they could write it on something like a little card or a napkin or something, or they're just going to send it to you in a text or email, but they're going to send you something that they've written especially for you. And this person really makes the effort. They're a very thoughtful person, very sensitive person, a lot of passion with this person, and they're really expressive. They're emotionally available and open for new love. This person wants to settle down. And also this person, I'm getting a sense that they know themselves. They've been on a journey of self-discovery. They've done a lot of traveling around the world. They've done a lot of learning about other cultures, but also I feel like they've done a lot of learning about themselves through their traveling. Okay, they could have gone on spiritual retreats. Maybe some of you are planning a vacation or a spiritual retreat, and that's where you're going to meet this person. However, I feel there's like a complete match energy when you and this person meet. There's chemistry. It's like a spark, immediate spark. And as soon as this person sees you, I feel like they try to navigate the room or the area in order to get to you quite quickly. Okay, so they're not going to waste time. As soon as they see you, they know that they want you. And I feel this person, they don't play games. Okay, we also got the flowers, which tells me this is romantic. There is a sensual energy about this. The bouquet is about joy, about happiness, about things blossoming, but it's also an invitation. So please pay close attention to any invitation that you get in the next 6 weeks, because I feel like you will not be disappointed. You are going to meet someone at that invitation. And I feel, although you may be in a group of people, when you meet this person, I feel like you attend this event alone. You'll meet people there, but I feel like wherever this is, you attend alone. You actually arrive at the venue or the place or wherever you're expected to arrive at, you travel there by yourself, okay? I don't know why that's important, but that's coming through, so I have to mention it. Now, we do have the star energy. Of course, this can indicate some of you are wishing for love, and I feel like your love wish will be delivered. The stars are aligning to bring you what you hoped for, and I feel a lot of you have been going through a period of clarity, knowing what you want and what you certainly do not want, and have been doing some major healing so that you're ready for love. But ultimately, when you get the star energy and you get the devil card together, okay, remember the devil card is not an evil card. It's actually a card that, highlights an illusion and or something that has bound us where we cannot change our circumstances. So these two cards together, it's like, identifying where you feel stuck, identifying what the problem is. Now, the problem can literally be there's no one out there who's creating that spark, and that's okay. It just means the right person has not been navigated towards your path just yet, but things are shifting behind the scenes and you will meet this person. Could also be that, you've had some lessons to learn, because I do feel that some of you have been put on pause from your soulmate because you've had some lessons to learn about your independence, about learning to be happy and self-assured and self-sufficient within your own energy field before you can open up to another. So I definitely see that you've had some karmic lessons as well. I mean, we've all got them, okay? I had some huge ones many, many years ago, and they all came back to back. I was like being, knocked down by karma all over the place, and I was like, what's going on? But you work through that, and you keep getting back up, and I see that now you are completing that cycle and you're moving towards, a different era when it comes to love for you. Some of you may be worried. You may feel time is running out, or you may feel that, things are difficult, or you may be hesitant when you first meet this person. So I just want to clarify these two cards together, because the devil card can indicate control. It's like, you've accepted that certain situations have happened in the past, and whilst you don't want to revisit certain situations from the past, you may have an expectation, because especially when we've been heartbroken in the past or had a separation, especially marriage or anything that's legal there may be such a heavy influence, let's put it that way, that we're almost conditioned to expect the worst. Like, you hope it doesn't go the way it went the last time with a new person, and I feel like it will not. However, it doesn't mean that the fear isn't present, okay? So I just want to pull a quick card on that. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? So for example, if you've been cheated on in the past, whilst you're processing your emotions and getting over that betrayal, which is so difficult because it shakes your foundation in so many ways, next time you meet a new person, your first thought is, I hope it doesn't go the same way. And then you're really cautious, and then you're kind of like oversensitive and always looking for signs that this person perhaps may hurt you or may be hiding something from you. And of course, that's not going to resonate with everyone, but it is coming through there. So I do have to mention it. It's resonating with someone out there. Okay, so we've got the Empress energy. Okay, and for some of you, again, male or female, it's not a gender specific reading. They're clearly sort of identifying an age gap or time being like a factor when it comes to love. Love has no divide, okay? So basically, love will show up and love will love you for all that you are in that moment, no matter how old the person is or how old you are. So I really want you to be aware of that. The Empress energy can represent maturity, okay? But in the maturity, you have learned to nourish yourself, to erect healthier boundaries, to recognize that you are attractive. You are you, and that is your superpower. You can't be anybody else, okay? And it's really about being all that you are. And some of you, beautiful Aries out there, you may have children, and you are looking at love in a very different way because it's not just you to factor in. So I definitely see that some of you may have some fears that arise when you meet this this new person. And for those of you who, age is not a factor and you do not have children, it can mean that some of you are on that personal journey of self-discovery and you've created a sanctuary of peace for your life. And you're hoping that someone doesn't come in and wreck that, right? Now we do have that King of Cups there, which indicates the highest love that love has to offer is coming in. Okay, and I need to pull like a separate card on these two things because it kind of indicates not a misalignment. It indicates an age gap in a relationship that is coming your way. Okay, so I feel like there's nothing to fear in that. I feel like this person, they offer you their whole heart. I feel like they're very comfortable with their emotions. They're emotionally available. They're very supportive. They're passionate. They're kind. They have a lot of empathy. There is a psychic bond with this person. And I feel like they make a really good partner. They are a good listener and they give you their whole heart. Okay. This person could have strong Scorpio in their chart. Also Libra, Taurus energy. But I've already mentioned those signs and it's showing up again for you. Wheel of Fortune, you're destined to meet this person. So there's nothing to fear, okay? You are aligned completely with this person. This person is fated to be with you, no matter the age gap, okay? So I want you to be aware of that because some of you may feel, oops, there's a little bit of an age gap and it may be a factor or a fear or a worry for you, but it's not for the other person. They are loving with their heart, not with the idea of age and time and all of those things. Now let's get straight to your Celtic cross. Okay, thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Now also, my guides, just want to mention the Star and the Devil card because this can indicate that you yourself are breaking old habits, your go-to situation when you meet a person. Do you shut down immediately and feel like tongue-tied because you don't know what to say to that person? Do you start to feel like you put a person on a pedestal? You overgive and you change the dynamic. Because remember, especially in the first 3 months of a relationship, there's that honeymoon period. And sometimes we put a person on a pedestal because we think they're the most incredible person we've ever met in the whole universe. And when you put that person on that pedestal, they're a little bit higher than you. And you don't realize it. Actually, you're putting yourself below them. The dynamic shifts. So I feel like you are looking at your go-to patterns. You're breaking all habits. And I feel like you are creating that wonderful space for a healthier relationship to come in for you. Okay. Your starting position, King of Pentacles. Now, this indicates that you've been building security in your life because this is your starting position. So you are focusing on your projects, on your stability, on your home life. You're focusing on your tasks, your responsibility. And some of you have been super busy. The world has been a crazy place and it's kept you super busy. And I feel that you have been trying really hard to establish yourself in some way to protect yourself from any fluctuations, not just financially, but also in terms of your life in general. I feel like you've been very practical about the way forward. And I feel it's not that love is not important to you. I've mentioned this already. It just hasn't been your full priority. And I feel some of you are now opening yourself up to meet somebody new. Okay. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Aries? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Now, there are 3 energies so far in this reading. So I will clarify because they're different positions, this can indicate different aspects of yourself, the stages that you're in and the expectations that you have. However, they can also represent people. So I will clarify that energy. Look, you got the Tower twice. You're breaking out of that Tower. You're breaking out of a cycle of repeat. You're liberating yourself. I feel a lot of you have been holding things together. You've had a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, okay? Because I feel like you're someone who is so generous and kind and beautiful and loving with your heart, and it's almost like you put a smile on your face. Not many people would perhaps see that sometimes you're a little bit lonely or that you feel a little bit isolated. Maybe you feel sometimes that people just don't really see you, and it can be a little bit frustrating. But I definitely see that there's someone new coming in here who gets you, and someone who is going to be a high-level commitment for you long-term. Oh, okay. We have the King of Wands. Okay, so as I said, there's a lot of energy here, a lot of people, but mainly the energy I'm getting is that you're going to be in a group of people when you meet this person. And okay, We've got the Devil card. Oh, okay. So very interesting. There is, of course, a choice here for you, and I do have to make it aware. I haven't really discovered the energy just yet, but we do have a Mercury retrograde from the 13th of December, and during a Mercury retrograde, that's when an ex can return, okay? Especially since you got the Devil card there. If there's any unhealthy attachments to a person who is promising you the world and not delivering anything, someone who's hurt you in the past, or someone that you've given a second chance to, and they, don't respect the boundaries that you've erected, or they haven't really learnt their lesson or become emotionally more available, then I feel like, you are turning your back on that situation. They give me the word refusal, okay, refusal in the water. So some of you, you may refuse them access to your energy anymore, okay, because I feel like you've done that. You've closed this cycle of feeling alone in this situation. They don't offer you anything emotionally fulfilling. Okay, so that's what I'm getting there. But because there's so many people in your reading, some of them, the energy is connecting to this friend that wants to set you up, and there's going to be a group of people. And the other energy that I've got coming through is that you're going to be in a group of people when you meet this person. But I want you to be highly aware of the energy, which means King of Pentacles. This is the frequency that you are vibing at this moment in time. Even though you're a fire element, my beautiful Aries, this is your starting position, which means grounding. You've matured to a position where you know what you want, and you're looking for a divine counterpart, okay? And your outcome, we've got a King of Wands. So this is like someone who is very passionate, intense. However, we've got the Queen of Pentacles there. This is your match. This is your high-level commitment. This is the person you will choose to settle down with. These cards are about stability, about building a home, about seriousness, thinking about the long-term plans in life. Someone who is loyal, faithful, and someone you can rely on. And we've got that Devil card in between the King of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So this means you do have a choice. Now, there's someone who's really tempting, very passionate, very intense, and it could be someone that you're attached to in some way, someone that you have history with, but I will pull cards regarding that, because it could also indicate that there's someone that your friend is trying to set you up with, and there's a physical sort of connection, lusty connection with you and that person, because that person, they find you highly attractive. Remember, I actually pulled some cards on that person earlier, and you showed up as a Queen of Wands, someone who is magnetic, who is going to get a lot of attention, someone who is very sensual, passionate, and has the power to attract someone. And we've got the King of Wands there. So this person is, new in your world, but is highly attracted to you in a physical sense. And then we've got someone who's more serious about settling down. So you will have a choice. That's why that Chariot card showed up for you. This is your starting position. You're wanting someone who makes an effort. You're going for gold. I just heard that. You're going for gold. And I mean that in terms of a person, not in terms of like your career. A lot of you have been, focused on your responsibilities. You've been tied to a lot of tasks and things that you have to do. So you've been very, very busy. And love has not been your priority, but I feel things are shifting, and you're about to meet someone. You got the Devil card twice, you got the Tower twice, you got the High Priestess twice, you got a lot of cards twice. So pay close attention to the synchronistic energy. Now we do have the Hermit there. As you can see, this Hermit's literally sitting on a lighthouse, which looks like a tower. So some of you have loved and lost, okay? As you can see there, letting someone go, and shining your wonderful light, that star energy, because there's a new ship coming in. So I definitely see that you're moving on from the past. That person, that situation, it was a missed opportunity for the other person, not for you. I feel like, the person who's meant for you will never leave your side, and that's the person who's about to come in for you, okay? So some of you right now, you're feeling a little bit on your own. You may feel the dating scene is a little bit like sparse, shall we say, but rest assured, there is a new love journey coming in for you. And I feel like you're just letting go of something else. Also, with the Hermit in this position, it also tells me that some of you do not want to repeat a past situation. It's almost like you're adamant. No, you're not going to do it. And I feel some of you are like feeling a little bit stuck, but you're going to liberate yourself out of that situation, because the universe is sending you a bit of a tower. Now, if you know my readings, towers, they just represent feeling stuck and breaking out. Okay, it can also indicate like a shock or a surprise, but shocks and surprises, they don't always have to be negative. And when I get to that Tower energy, I'm going to clarify it again for you. But I feel some of you have been keeping yourself hidden. We've got the Nine of Wands here, which is below you. So some of you are really healing from something that was very difficult and you're very cautious. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there. For some of you, it could be that you've been disappointed in love, heartbroken from someone else, or you've just felt that, you know, there's nobody about and there's like a deficiency when it comes to anyone sparking your attention when it comes to love. And you're all but nearly given up on love, but not quite. Okay, I feel like you've been going through a very painful blossoming experience during like personal development and growth. As you can see there, this flower is really beautiful and blossoming, but there's lots of thorns. You know, some people, they think that personal development or spiritual growth is this wonderful unicorns and rainbows moment where you're like, aha, I realized all the lessons I have to learn. No, it's not. It's about sifting through the mud of life. It's about getting up every time we're knocked down. And I feel like you've been going through some of those experiences in life in general, not just in love. And I feel you're just finding which way is up. And I feel like you're pushing on through, you're holding it all together. And I see some really great things coming your way, but I feel like you've been asked to pause, really pause, to eradicate things that are not healthy in your life. People, situations, I mean, even like food substances, you may have noticed that certain things you've started to become like intolerant to, or you may have noticed they create some sort of bloating or a little uncomfortableness. Even situations that you've put up with for years, they may have felt really amplified recently because you're being asked to empower yourself and change the narrative, change the script. Okay, so I definitely see that happening there for you as well. Now we have that High Priestess. So this is, of course, you developing your spiritual gifts. This is a card of feeling very uncertain, like in between worlds energy, and kind of like not really sure how love is going to find you, but trusting, having faith that the universe will deliver. As you can see, this figure is like hiding behind a curtain and just peeping out. So if you've been a bit of a homebody for the last couple of years or months, I feel like now you're getting a bit curious about putting yourself out there, peacocking yourself and letting yourself be seen. And this figure has the ship ready to set sail. So I feel you're ready for the journey of love, but you're a little bit cautious because your emotions, they're very deep. You're a very sensitive person. And I feel some of you may have been hurt in the past, and that's why there is uncertainty. Or some of you have witnessed when you were younger experiences that perhaps have influenced the way you operate in love. For example, parents or guardians divorcing, or if you've been bullied in the past, it may have knocked your confidence. And whilst those experiences are important and they shaped you, they no longer have power over your future happiness. You know, when you are getting into a relationship with someone new, you feel very vulnerable. You're opening private parts of yourself to let someone in. And sometimes experiences from the past, especially if you've been like bullied or had some sort of trauma when you were younger, it can feel a little bit like out of control, a little bit scary, you know. And I feel some of you are like a little bit cautious about opening up to that depth of vulnerability with a person. But this new person, it's just going to feel really easy, okay? Now, what is in your potential position? Now, you're very, very busy. This is a card of responsibility, of protective energy, and also, as you can see, this particular emperor, whilst they may want to settle down, they're thinking about the next steps on their plans. There's some attachments here, as you can see. There's a chessboard, and it's like you're thinking about your next moves. Some of you are thinking about going to an invitation or not, or putting yourself on a course of learning or getting out and doing a hobby, something that you're interested in. You're taking the initiative to change your circumstances. This is a card of success, but also it's about recognizing the past has an emotional tie to us all. And which cords are you cutting to set yourself free? And I definitely see that as something that's on your mind right now because you are setting yourself free. As you can see, we've got the King of Swords here. And this is a very interesting card because it's about thoughts becoming things. So in terms of your aspects of self, this is you thinking about what you're going to do that's different in order to open yourself up to a new love strategy. Whether you should go to that event, you're thinking before you act on something. Some of you may have felt that you have been a little bit detached from love or social events for a while, and now you want to get back in the mix. Also, as you can see, this particular King of Swords has a needle and thread. Some of you have been mending, and that's okay. Take the time you need to heal, because the right time and the right person will be put on your path, and you will embrace that love opportunity when you feel the moment is right. Also, the needle and thread is about creating your destiny. Remember, thoughts become things. So sometimes we have a certain expectation, like, you know what, I'm probably going to meet someone who's going to cheat on me, just like that person in the past. You know, I'm not saying that's you, my beautiful Aries, but sometimes people can think that way. And it's about changing the mental narrative, because remember, words are spellings out to the universe. They're cast out to the universe to create our destiny. Also, every time we have a thought, it's a thought form that creates energy out there, and we attract a similar vibration back to us. And I feel like you're getting really clear about what you want. You're getting really like organized and saying, I don't want this. I want this. And I feel like you are creating your destiny. And also I feel that you're going to be talking to someone new. This represents talking to someone new who may be from a different part of the world from you, because there's an international energy coming through here. And I feel you're going to meet someone who they linger on your mind. But I'm just going to pull a card because, as I said, there are 3 people energies here, and I want to clarify this King of Swords for you. Wheel of Fortune, destiny intervening to have you talking to someone new. It's like the right time. Be ready, okay? So I feel destiny intervenes to bring you what you've been thinking about. So if you've been thinking that love is never going to visit you, then you're right, because thought becomes things. And you find yourself less motivated to get in the mix, to put yourself in a situation to meet someone new. But if you truly believe that love is going to find you, then you're also right, because you are, almost prophesizing what the universe is delivering to you. I feel like your order is coming in. That's the energy that I've got coming from this card. So pay close attention to the signs. They're giving me that image of Snoopy again. Okay, so watch out for that. It's obviously relevant for a reason. Now, this is your advice to yourself. Self-love. Be bold, be daring, do something different. And there is no better sign, my beautiful Aries, than you to do something bold and daring, because that's who you are. You're passionate. You lead with those passions. You're an influencer. You happen to life. You don't allow life to keep happening to you. So I definitely see that you are taking the initiative to do something about your circumstances. Also, the Strength card, it's number 8, which is the number of the self. So I feel a lot of you have been focusing on your own needs at this time. So your main priority and your main focus is you, and not in a selfish way, in a way where you're building healthier boundaries, you're creating security, and I feel like you're rediscovering a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. And some of you, it could be that playful spirit, because the Emperor can represent a very serious energy. More serious than the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is also very serious. So the world has been a crazy place, and we all had to get truly serious over the last couple of years, and it just feels like, where's the fun at? It feels like that level of spontaneity and fun that perhaps was present a little bit more before has been changed in some way. And it may feel a little bit different. And I feel some of you are just trying to get to grips with that and really reestablish a relationship with yourself and, that inner child. And also that inner, they're giving me that word, frivolity. I want to make sure I can, frivolity. That's what they're showing me in the water there. So I feel like you are learning to get back out there and be your wonderful self. As I said, let yourself be seen. Now, the external circumstances, we got the Tower. Your foundations are going to be shook. Okay, this is a card of whatever you're holding on to, the universe is taking it away. Okay, and I mean that in the way that, past relationships or emotional ties to people who did not deserve your love because they were not capable of opening up emotionally to you. However, they wanted you. They wanted to be with you, and they wanted you to perhaps not have anybody else either, but they were not capable of loving in a way that you truly deserved. So I definitely see that that's all being shifted for you, okay? Now, if you know my readings, you'll know that a Wheel of Fortune and a Tower tend to show up in the readings together. You've got 2 Wheel of Fortunes that happened just now in your reading. You've got 2 Towers. So I definitely see that the universe is going to surprise you with something really special. So let me just pull a card on this Tower for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, and Angels. Okay, we've got the 10 of Swords. Something is ending. Not only your single status, but also something that ended in the past. It really is done. Okay. Also, this means you're at the point of an epiphany moment where you are ending an old way of doing things, thinking of things, because swords are all about the mind. And also, I feel like you're responding differently to love this time. And I feel like you're opening yourself to a wonderful new love life with this divine counterpart that's coming in. We got the Sun, Three of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. Okay. Now, I mean, you can see the cards. They're shuffled, and you can see that this is so important because we've got the Sun, which is to see itself. It is like the Tower is to liberate, to break open so that the light can get out and the light can get in, okay? And we've got the Sun there, which is an awakening. And then we've got the Three of Swords, which is pain, sadness, difficulty. And we've got the Queen of Wands there. And we've got the King of Wands right here, okay? Which tells me that there is someone who is highly attracted to you, who perhaps comes in and out from time to time, that you are tempted to reconnect to, because the Devil card can be a temptation card, and you did get the Devil card twice as well, okay? And I feel like that's all falling away. So again, they're highlighting that there is someone here who doesn't deserve your love, let's put it that way. And you're about to meet someone new who is vibing at a frequency that you truly deserve and desire. So the universe is going to surprise you. Okay. Now, the Four of Swords is a card of peace, sanctity, of, you know, really finding clarity. It's also a card that indicates you've been tested and you're healing from something that really hurt you, okay? And this may not resonate with everyone, but I'm really, truly picking up a very strong energy from this card that some of you are, you know, getting over a loss in some way. Now, this could be a personal loss like grief. So I'm sending you a huge hug out there, my beautiful Aries, if you've been going through that. But the energy that I've got more from this is you've become really comfortable with uncertainty because it feels like love hasn't stuck around for you, and that has been unfair. So whether you've had a relationship or not, I definitely get a sense here that you are really good all by yourself. You don't need anybody. However, you do want somebody, and this new person is coming in for you, okay? The Four of Swords in this position, because it's a hope and a fear position, you're hoping that there is someone new coming in. Okay, but also I have a small percentage of energy coming through, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this. I have a small percentage of energy coming through that some of you are hoping for an apology from somebody who hurt you. Now, you may get that apology. However, I feel like that person is not able to sustain a long-term relationship because they have not met themselves as deeply as you have met yourself when it comes to personal development. And they're a little bit further behind on their spiritual journey than you are. So it's kind of misaligned. And that's why the universe is setting you up with someone new. Okay. So the fear is some of you are fearing that you'll be alone, that you won't have a high level commitment. And some of you have almost like resigned yourself to the fact that, you know what, okay, I haven't met anybody, so maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe I'm meant to be single. But I can see here that there is a perfect match coming in for you. But it's really important that there is someone here that you are tempted to connect to. As you can see there's cherries there with that Devil card. You can see temptation. There's someone here that you are physically attracted to. It's like, I mean, this could be a very toxic, unhealthy relationship. Or it can mean that for some of you, you've been hurt in the past so badly that you have kept love at arm's length to some degree, that you find it really hard to, how can I put that? To be intimate with a person. It's almost like you've got your guard up all the time. So I feel like some of you are working through that rather than, you know, a toxic ex. But I definitely see that you will have a choice, but you're going to choose the person that you want to settle down with. Intuitively, you know, okay? The High Priestess is there to kind of nudge you to use your intuition. Pay close attention to your hunches, but there is a high level commitment relationship, and this is your last card. So this tells me you're going to meet someone that you're going to settle down with, that there is a relationship here, there is a commitment here, and I feel like you and this person, you're actually going to be quite wealthy, you and this person, okay? I feel like this person is mature enough to know what they want, and I definitely see that this person, There's a lot of fun with this person, actually. They give me that word again, frivolity. What a wonderful word, okay? Yeah, a lot of fun with this person. And you and this person, you're going to go out into nature a lot. I mean, even one of your first dates, it may be like a walk in the park, or it may be like going on some sort of nature walk or something like that. So that's coming through there very strongly as well. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get some final cards. I definitely see the near future, you're going to be talking to somebody new. Okay, all of the cards point to that. The high level commitment doesn't come until 2024. Okay, now a lot of energies are very similar in the signs, and we're at the cusp of the end of the year. I mean, we've literally got, what, 2.5, 3 weeks left of 2023. So, you know, striking up a conversation or meeting someone now, of course, it's not going to get into a high-level commitment within 2.5, 3 weeks. I mean, that for me, as a Scorpio, I'm a Scorpio, would give me a little bit of a red flag energy. Of course, when you know, you know. However, you know, it just feels like a little bit of a slower pace in this connection that's coming in for you, but it's going to be passionate, intense, loyal, faithful, and I feel like this is your soulmate. Okay, so yeah, look at that. We got the word commitment. So some of you, you may have placements in Aquarius. There was a very similar energy that came out there, and they also got this card, okay? But this indicates that there is someone that you will settle down with coming in for you. You'll either marry this person if you want to, because we all have free will. Not everybody wants to get married. But I feel this is representative that you will be in a high-level union with a person who is perfect for you. Someone you're highly attracted to, who understands you, someone who has got your back, and someone you can trust. Okay, so I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. Thank you so much for the guides and angels. Can you please guide? Okay, we've only got one. Wow, I'm loving the one that we've got though. We've got the heart on fire. Okay, so this is about passion. As you can see, we got the barbed wire there, so that is a protective energy, and that did come up in your reading. But I definitely see that someone is going to ignite your heart again. Love will rediscover you, shall we say. And I definitely see that this person, this new person who comes in, their flame, they burn bright for you, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you, my beautiful Aries. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Aries, and love and light.